What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to tonight's late night news roundup, where I'm going to do the very best I can to keep you up to date with where we are in the Mohamed Salah situation. We're going to be hearing from Lewis Steele on what Saudi clubs are thinking. We'll talk about Endo and his potential departure from the club in January. We'll give you the latest we have on Joe Gomez's injury scare. And I want to start off with a very interesting piece of journalism from Bayern Space regarding Florian Wirtz and one Liverpool player that he is singled out for. Plenty of praise. That and lots more coming up over the next few minutes. Now, I do apologise that I couldn't live stream tonight. The Wi-Fi in my area has completely shit the bed. Thankfully for me, it was 10 minutes after I finished the matchday content. So fingers crossed it is resolved and I'll be back tomorrow. But for now, let's get cracking with the news. I'm going to start off with this piece from Bayern Space, and it's about Florian Wirtz heaping praise on one particular Red. You might be surprised to learn who, but let me read it out to you. Florian Wirtz has told national teammates at Bayern Munich, with whom he still maintains regular contact, that he's deeply satisfied with how things are currently developing at Liverpool and that his confidence is growing game by game. He's becoming increasingly accustomed to the physicality of the Premier League, but in those conversations, one name keeps surfacing in a strategically consistent way: Curtis Jones. Yes, Curtis Jones. Florian has spoken openly about how much he values playing in front of Curtis Jones and how the balance that Jones provides behind the ball has had a direct impact on his own game in a positive way. He's rarely encountered a midfielder with such a refined technical level, and has been particularly struck by Curtis Jones' progressive passing, his ability to break lines, move the ball forward with clarity and timing. He's described it as a genuine joy to play ahead of him, believing that Jones' presence behind him offers the ideal platform to operate freely between the lines for Wirtz. That's lovely to hear, and again, Curtis Jones deserves credit. He's been really good for the last couple of months, fighting for the shirt. Today, he was one of the top performers again in the game. So yeah, delighted to hear it. Now, Arne said that he fully does expect Mohamed Salah to return after the AFCON. We've all seen today that it looked good out there on the pitch. Mohamed Salah came on when Joe Gomez got injured, played a vital part in the game, getting an assist. Yes, he was wasteful to some degree, but most importantly, he was playing with a smile on his face. And people who I've spoken to that were at the game said they stuck around to see if Mo did anything afterwards, and everything seemed absolutely normal. So it does look as if the plan is for Mo to go to the AFCON, play over there with Egypt, and return to Liverpool to be part of the squad. That being said, it doesn't stop reporting from Lewis Steele and others about Saudi's interest. So the latest there is that Saudi clubs are confident of landing Mohamed Salah should he want to leave Liverpool. And that is the key there, should he want to leave. They believe it will cost close to £100 million, and a move could happen in the summer, if not January. So it doesn't look like we've heard the end of the Mohamed Salah Saudi situation, but for now, look, that was good today. I wasn't sure how this was going to play out. Wasn't sure if Mo was going to be in the squad 3 days ago. Now we know not only was he in the squad, but he played a role in the match and got himself an assist. You could also see that he was playing with a smile on his face. So for me, the signs are good, but I've always said the next few weeks will be interesting when he is away from the squad. If Liverpool start picking up wins and finding a groove, will Mohamed Salah be happy to come back and be a bit part player, or will he look to push for that move? Do let me know your thoughts on this one in the comment section, because for now, it certainly feels like the expectation is that Mo is going to return after the AFCON. But either way, I really do want to know your thoughts. Now, this coming out from Roman Molina that says Xabi Alonso's time at Real Madrid has come to an end. Now, this flip-flopping in the Spanish media has been insane. 1 minute, he was getting sacked no matter what happens. Then they lose, but played a bit better, and all of a sudden Madrid zone and others are tripping over themselves to contradict their own reporting. Truth is, right now, it shouldn't really matter to us what happens with Alonso, because our manager has the backing of the board, is starting to move in the right direction, and now, I'm not saying everything is better. I'm not saying that we're faultless. But you can't argue with being unbeaten in 5, 3 wins and 2 draws. Today could have gone a little bit differently. I'm not sitting here trying to tell you that was the greatest performance, but it was a clean sheet. Despite Brighton's good attacking, we did play on a luck a little bit, but we're due that bit of luck. So I'm happy if things keep going in the right direction. Ultimately, I do still have my doubts on Arne, and I'm not 100% turned back around from where I was a few weeks ago. But like I've said, I want him to succeed. I want the team to win, and I want us to start trending in the right direction. And that's what's happening. So fingers crossed this continues. If we can pick up another win next week, you will see us starting to fly up that Premier League table. And of course, we're in a good position now in the Champions League as well. So we've a little bit from James Pearce on Joe Gomez and that situation. And James writes that Joe Gomez is set to have a scan to determine the extent of the hamstring injury that he picked up today. James goes on to say he hopes it's minor because he was outstanding in the first 20 minutes. Believe it or not, there was even some people that thought that that was a setup today. That Joe went off at 20-25 minutes and Salah coming on was somehow predetermined. I don't buy into that one bit, but I do echo James' sentiment, and I hope that Joe Gomez is back playing very soon, because we could do with him. Now, we do have Bradley back. He was suspended for today, so he'll come into the squad for the game next week, and hopefully Frimpong can be back doing training as well and can get into the matchday squad. Now, there's a bit of an exclusive here from Krish, or at Krish, spelled K or ISHFT on X, and they say exclusive on Wataru Endo. Liverpool are ready to let Endo leave in the January window if the club receives a suitable offer. Now, this is no real surprise, because we know Endo has spoken about wanting more first-team football, wanting to make sure that he's fresh and ready for Japan for the World Cup and is in a rhythm. He's not going to get that at Liverpool, so no surprise to me. But the surprise for me does come in the second part of this. So Premier League and Bundesliga clubs, including West Ham, Southampton and Stuttgart, have shown an interest in signing Endo. That's not the surprise. The surprise for me is the next bit. Liverpool's shortlist to replace Endo includes important names such as Adam Wharton, Ederson and Angelo Stiller. However, these deals are unlikely to happen mid-season, and that is the concerning part for me. I've no problem if Endo wants to depart in search of more first-team football, but I do have a problem with Liverpool once again letting somebody go without bringing in a replacement. Surely we should have learned our lessons from the centre-back situation. And yes, Endo doesn't play very often, but he is a body that's available for the manager. He is somebody that we know can come in and do a job, even if it is for a few minutes at the end of a game. So if we do let him go, I would hope that Liverpool look to bring in a replacement DM as soon as possible. No denying we need an upgrade in that position. We know Ryan Gravenberch is an excellent midfielder, but he's not a number 6 by trade. So we do have to get somebody in. Of course, the centre-back situation is one we all want to keep an eye on. At the minute, with Gomez out, we have 2 fit centre-backs at the club. 2. Ibrahim Konate and Virgil van Dijk. And like I've said, we are rolling the dice on them picking up an injury the way things have gone. So we need to be active when that January window opens ASAP. So that is pretty much all of it for now, ladies and gents. But like we said, Arna expects Salah back. We at Anfield Agenda expect Salah back. But I don't know if this situation really is cut and dry. Today's a day for positivity, and that's exactly what we're trying to bring. But let us know in the comments your take on the situation with Mohamed Salah. And I'll see you tomorrow. Fingers crossed, it'll be live. If not, I'll upload another video. Until then, have a wonderful Saturday night. Thank you for your support. Please do hit that subscribe button. And yeah, enjoy your weekend. Much love.